Welcome back, everyone. Today I'm going to be doing my 10-month 90-gallon reef update for you. I just wanted to show you some of the good and some of the bad I've been dealing with over the last month or so since my last update on the tank. So I've definitely had a few bad setbacks that I will address, which was first and foremost, my big oyster did not make it. I did another video showing this, but anyhow, in an effort to help reduce nitrates, I backed off on feeding to very minimal. I guess the crabs and fish and stuff did not appreciate that because they all feasted on him. So if you're ever thinking of doing that, maybe figure something else out. That was definitely not the way to go. Some other bad news would be that coral up top. I'll try to zoom. I don't know how well it's gonna go, but yeah, it didn't work. I tried to zoom in and show you guys that guy, but that's okay. Anyhow, he's kind of iffy. He's on the wall. I don't know if he's gonna make it. Other corals though are doing pretty good. That big SPS there, I bought that. It was all brown. It was just under 10,000 K lighting, so it didn't have very good coloration. It is changing to green, so that I'm talking about the big mother colony in the middle there. So that's pretty good. I have added some new zoos. I got these are some pink and purple right there. If we can get some nice close-ups of them, they are pretty decent looking. My pallies are happy, as are my clownfish, but they always are. I have added another plug of zoos right there. They're nice looking. They are kind of like a mix between fluorescent and pastel green. They got like fluorescent around the rings. I know this camera will never do justice to what they really look like in person. Up on top there, I've got a snail feasting on what is a really nice plug of fancy zoos. So I don't know if those snails eat those. Hopefully not. Hopefully he's just kind of passing by cleaning. There's the SPS right there in front of it, which is doing okay. I'm thinking that it's starting to get a little bit of growth. I would have to watch back and see from previous pictures or videos to tell for sure, but I think it's doing okay. Mushrooms are always doing well. I seem to do quite well with the mushrooms there, and that down in there, there's some more. Got the green ones all growing in there. Up there underneath those zoos, of course, that's a nice pile of them. And then they've actually, down in the back, in the bottom, they're actually growing in underneath all my rock work, which is good. They can grow where they gotta grow, I guess. So that kind of covers the corals. As you saw, we've got some good coral growth going on. And today was water change day though, so not everything's going to be quite as happy as it normally would be. So I got to keep that in mind as I'm showing you this. I did upgrade my lighting. I got a 150 watt, it's got the 10,000 K white and the royal blue. Anyways, the way I've got it in there, I can't really flip it up, but you guys can see it is crazy bright if you shine it at you. And I'm just running that with the par 38s on the sides, but it gives it perfect even coverage. I'm very happy. I already did another video on it, but I'll throw it in the update anyway. I had upgraded the skimmer to a Vertex IN 180. Pretty happy with it so far. It is pulling out the nasty shit that it needs to pull out. And then of course we've got the bio cubes in the reactor running air through them. I did get a bit of a nitrate spike from moving my sand bed. It was in there and I moved it to there, but it wasn't anything I couldn't handle. Some quick water changing fixed that. that's pretty much where we are. Obviously, if you've seen the other videos, I did lose a yellow tang and a fox-faced rabbitfish, which was rather disappointing, but that's just part of the territory. I'm definitely hoping that we don't lose anything else, because I very much enjoy watching things grow rather than die. But I'll just deal with it as it comes. Everything else seems to be doing pretty good though. Like the pulsing xenia is definitely in a happy state. It since upgrading the lighting, it has gotten puffier. They seem to really like bright lighting. Everything else is kind of, under this lighting, is kind of dull when I have the 10,000K on. It doesn't make things look that pretty. So if we go ahead and we kill that, it's going to be hard to tell because it doesn't transfer through onto the camera very well, but those are now kind of fluorescent around the rim. Everything is, except the camera picks up LED different than how the eye does in person. So it was time to shut it off anyway. I'm running it now for about 7 or 8 hours a day for that 10,000K, because I don't want to cook my corals either. So that's one thing I wanted to be careful of. Yeah. So hopefully any of you guys that have been following along have been enjoying the progress of the tank. I'll back up so you can get a better look. Oh, see, the LED is sneaking through and hitting the lens. There we go. It is definitely come a long way since, 10 months ago when it was just a tank with some rocks, some white rocks and some fresh white gravel with no life in it. It has really come along, and if I can do it, anyone can do it. So if someone's thinking about getting into the hobby, it's really rewarding. It's very expensive, but it is really rewarding, and you most likely would enjoy it very much as I do. The only thing I would like to say is, just as I started with a BioCube, a little 29-gallon BioCube, then I wanted this one. I do constantly get the itch to upgrade, so one day it's going to happen. Obviously it's a huge expense because you can plan on spending twice the amount of money on the chemicals and the rock. If I wanted to go with a 180-gallon, similar to what I have now for the setup, I would basically have to buy another 100 pounds of rock, probably one more of the 150-watt LED lights, whole lot more coral. I would switch over to sand. I would not keep the gravel or the crushed coral. I would get rid of that, but this is all something that I may consider. I got an expensive trip coming up, the family vacation down to Florida, so I don't necessarily want to spend that much on my tank right now. I say that after I've put in, I don't know, $600 or $700 into it in the last couple days. But I gotta, tone it back a bit. This hobby will break you if you just buy everything you want. But anyone that does want to get into it, I will advise, don't get a small tank. Everything I read online, do your homework, everything says that little nano tanks are not the best to start with. It's those are actually better for experienced people because it's harder to keep the water quality on a small aquarium. So I don't want to be one of those guys telling you what to do, but just do some homework on it, maybe do some reading on it. You'd probably have an easier time on a larger tank like this, and also you can fit more in it. So if you like the look of what I got going on here, you could you can make this pretty easily. So I guess that's enough rambling on for the 10-month update, guys. I'm hoping you guys have enjoyed it, and say hello to a little blood shrimp. And I will be checking again soon. Hopefully I have some good stuff to tell you for the 1 year anniversary. I'll have to throw some corals in it or something. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to hit the like button if you've enjoyed it. If you've watched this long, well, even if you didn't like it, you might as well hit the like anyway. We've hung out long enough. Alright, thanks for swinging by.